Hello everyone, welcome to Cyber Bytes. Today in this episode, we will be having a demonstration on the tool httpx by Project Discovery. Let us first understand the utility of this tool. Now, when we are into our pen test or bug bounty engagements, there might be times where we might come across a huge scope that may contain large number of subdomains at the end of our recon phase. Now, thinking practically that from the list of these enumerated subdomains, how many of these subdomains would be responding to our request, and ultimately which of these are accessible to us, and that can be useful for us to proceed with our next steps in the workflow that we are having. You might either use tools like Aquatone or Eyewitness to gather screenshots of the responding subdomains, or more better, use this tool httpx to pull out specific required information. In short, httpx is an extremely fast HTTP toolkit that probes for given list of hosts, URL, and CIDRs and returns the host that responds to our request. So yes, HTTPX can take up list of URLs, it can take up list of host, it can take up list of CIDRs also. But today for our video, we will be focusing on the list of our hosts here. Now, for the sake of demonstration, we are taking up the Red Bull's responsible disclosure program from the Integrity platform and referring to the previous video on the subdomain enumeration by this tool Subfinder. We will be utilizing the results from the Subfinder's output and picking up the results from this tool for the demonstration of this HTTPX. In case you would like to refer the full detailed informative video on gathering subdomains by using this tool Subfinder, the link will be provided in the description section and also on the prompt above this on the screen on this video. Before we begin, I would request you to please subscribe to the channel, like the video and share it with your friends and colleagues. Also, please put your thoughts on what would you like to see next in the upcoming videos. Your support will encourage me to create good quality educational content and contribute my bit to the security community. Let us now begin with our demonstration and have a look at the output from the Subfinder and look at the total number of subdomains that we have and which actually we got from the Subfinder tool. So here is our terminal and let us have a look at the results here. So we have Red Bull demo. So let us have a look at the number of subdomains that it has. So it is having about 2856 entries. Let's have a brief look. And there it is. So it is having lots of subdomains, as you can see here. So from these subdomains, some subdomains will be out of our reach. Some subdomains might not be, you might say, responding to our request. So our target is to find out how much of these subdomains are actually responding to us, and that can be useful in our pen test engagement. So let us begin with that. Let us first begin with how we can actually install HTTPX. So for that, to install HTTPX successfully, there is a mandatory requirement that we need to have Go language installed in our systems. So Go language's version is also specific here. So we need to have specifically Go 1.17 or higher to install. So we will check what is the current version of Go language here. So here is the version, that is 1.17, that is 3. So this is you can say suitable. We can actually install this thing, and to install it is very much straightforward. You can just paste this command and you can actually go ahead and have an installation for your HTTPX tool. So this is quite straightforward and easy. You can install it. So it is already installed, so I will just pause it here. So just for your information that the mandatory requirement is you should be needing Go language, which is version 1.17 or higher. So already it is installed, so it is returning me nothing now. So this is how actually you can go ahead and install HTTPX tool. Additionally, I would also like to put a note of disclaimer here that this whole video or the contents of this video are only meant for educational purposes, and they are nowhere to be used unethically or illegally in any way. So whatever pen test or bug bounty engagements that you are following, kindly refer to their scopes what is their requirement. Most of the bug bounty scopes that you might be having a look at, they are putting strict restrictions on use of automated tools, and also they are putting, if in case you are using automated tools, they are also putting the rate limiting also. So kindly respect those rate limitings and use the tool responsibility. I or my channel will never ever be responsible for any of the mishappenings that could happen because of your irresponsible behavior. So please note that, and with that we can actually go ahead with the video. Before that, we will just having our help file for the httpx tool. So you can either before you use httpx, you can either try to just Subfinder, and you can actually do like this also. You can either use piping from the httpx also, it is also possible. So if you want, you can just directly hit the Subfinder and it will start enumerating domains for you. That's just a quick recap. But if you want to have an in-depth idea on how actually this Subfinder will work and what are other options that you might put into, you might what are the available options, I mean, they are actually in the video that is basically attached with this video. I am just putting the link to that, so you will get a more in-depth understanding of this Subfinder tool, and you will be able to gather more subdomains for that. So leaving that aside, we will have a look at this httpx the help file. So the most basic to begin with is the -l or the list option that you can use. So the list that you are creating, that is to be provided as an input to this, and you can either pass a request also if you like, but we will be focusing on the list here. Also, you have to actually check for the status code. If you want to see the codes, you can see that also. We'll be seeing it in a while. Different options like what sort of technologies are in the use. So if you use Vapalizer on your browser, so this will work as a Vapalizer for you. It will output the technology that is implemented. You can even view the content length. You can also see the server banner here, header also, and content type. You can also see the content type also. So lots of options are there. So we will be focusing on many of them. Title, you can also get which method is used. You can even, if you want to get the IP address of the corresponding subdomain, that is also possible. If you want to see for which CNAME it is a part, you can also see that. And you can also check if that subdomain is using a content delivery network, if it is using at all. If you want to see the probe status, so if the probe is success or failure, you can use in that matching also. So you can also use different matchers, like if you want to match specific code, so you can see if you are only interested in codes of 200 or 302, so you can put that filter and you can get the output accordingly. You can, same way it can go for the match length string, or if you are looking for a specific string from this response, you can also look for that also. If you want, you can actually do a regex for that. So there are different filters also. We'll be using them you can say very much frequently here. Different options are there. We will be using most of them, and most of the options which we will be using will be actually enough for us to get into it. So I'll be joining them one after the other. Okay, so without further ado, let us begin with the most basic option that will be helpful to us. So we'll be using httpx, and we'll be using match code. We'll be using 200 here. 200 here. We are concerned with 200, and then we will be using the list, that is our Red Bull. Red Bull demo. Okay, so this is from this 2856 approximately 2800 domains that we actually had. From that, it will match code that are responding with the request. With the response code of HTTP response code of 200, and let us run this one. So these are our domains that are giving us the HTTP response code 200. So I will pause the video and let us see what we get. So this takes up quite a time. So to prove that our response code is response code for HTTP is 200. So I have selected this domain for the sake of opening it. So it is matching the code of response code 200. So portaltoro.redbull.com. So I have opened, and here is our portal Toro. So this is actually accessible to us. So this is filtering in this manner now. So what we can do is we can just cancel it. All right. So after cancellation, what we will do is we'll look at another option wherein we will we can actually see what are the we can receive the HTTP response code. So here we will just put a small change here, that is the show code. So this will actually show us the HTTP codes that we are getting. So like so. So in this way we are getting. I will just cancel it. So here. All right. So after that, we will be having a look at another option where we would like to specifically be interested in seeing what is the backend technology or the technologies that are used by the subdomains that we are querying. So we can use the tech option here. So, and we can just put another parameter, that is the tech, and we are good to go. I will just cancel the scan here. See here, here actually we can see that our subdomain that is there, what is the response code, what is the title here, tag here. So what are the technologies that have been detected? Sometimes it might only give you the name of the web server that is used. So depending on how those portals have been configured, it is totally dependent on that. So here the backend technologies or the front-end technologies, depending on what the response is getting. So it is Gatsby Google Tag Manager, that is for analytical purposes. The web server is Nginx, it is using React and Webpack. In this way, it is gathering these informations like this. Sometimes you might also get Fusion Passenger. Here it is, where it is. Yeah, Fusion Nginx is the web server and the Fusion Passenger. Next time you might get Google Font API, Nginx, something like that. So depending on the configuration, it is totally dependent on that. So likewise, whenever we are using Wapalizer, it is working like Wapalizer. So that is one good thing. So another addition that we can put here is we can either add. Let me just go up. Yeah, tech, and with that tech we can actually put another option, that is the title. So it will give you the title of the site. All right, I will just cancel it here only. So here is the title. So yeah, the title of the portal or the site that it is. So Red Bull Gotaga Shift, Red Bull Media House Web Hosting, like so we can get more information. So this is like gathering information as on you are passing with your confirmation that which of the domains are actually responding to your request. So this is how you can go ahead with that. Now, in case if we want to have a look at the IP address of each of the domains that we might have, so we can just put an argument here like IP. You can put it like this also with conjunction with other options also. That is also possible. We'll cancel it here. Okay, so with each and every you can say domain that you are querying, your response code, your title and technologies, and the IP address. So sometimes it might be the case that you need to scan that IP address. So that is also possible, or you can also do different other querying techniques for your. So this is one more option that is added to that. So these are all parts of the response headers or responses that you are getting whenever this httpx is throwing the request. So this is how this information can be useful for you. Next, now if we want to have a look at what is the status of the probe that is sent from our httpx tool, is it success or failure? If you want to have a tab, or you can say look at that, you can also do that using this option. We'll be using the same command here. You can remove the parameters if you wish. We can actually go for the option of probe. So what is the result of the probe, success or failure, that it will be showing us. I'll be just quickly cancelling it out. Okay, so it is telling me that yes, it is success. In case it is a failure, it will be putting up here as failure. So now let us have a look at another option. In case if we by default our tool httpx will only have a you can say probe at port 80 and 443. In case 443 is not available, it will fall back to 480, port 80. That is, these are the most common web server ports. In case if we want to query for a specific port that we might be interested, we can use that option also. So using for that option, I will just trim down everything, the option -p, and I will say, for example, I will be interested in 3306 here, just for the sake of demonstration. So whatever ports 3306 it is encountering anything, it will revert us back with the code of 200. Let us do one thing. I will just keep out the match code 200 and put a marker here, probe. So we will be getting what is happening. Along with 200 we can actually put 403, 403, 404. Let us see what we are getting. We might get failed probes also, that is also possible. So this is one option that you can explore actually. This is for the sake of demonstration also only. We can actually either put port 8080 if I may put. This is the option for port. You can actually put ports as per the nmap documentation also. So like nmap also you can put port range also if you like. So this becomes a bit let's say from 80 to 200. Likewise you can also put in this manner also. This is also feasible. So this tool is giving you lots of I can say flexibility. These are some of the most common and the most basic things that can be useful for us. You can give it a shot, you can give it a try. This is very much useful. The one of the interesting things that I loved about this tool is that in case if you want to have a specific output, and from that output you would be able to selectively do other tasks. Like if you have a workflow wherein you have been putting some conditions that from this file pull up these domains or something like that. So httpx is having the capability to generate output for you in form of CSV or JSON. So here we'll focus on CSV output, and I'll be showing you what it does contain, and it is really interesting and really much, you can say, mind-blowing that how it works. Let me just put the command for you, httpx. I will just put this, and what I will do is I will just put some of these options. Probe, I don't want probe, I don't want port. I will just put show code. I will just put three status codes that I am interested in. I will put tech. I will put content type. I can put in CSV. This is the output that I want, and I will tell the output to be now Red Bull result.csv. This will be the output that will be returned to. Now mind you that whenever we are giving this option, our output on the screen will also be in the form of CSV. There you have a look. You will be see here, you are getting the whole output in CSV format. So I will give it a while to run, and I will pause the video, and I will be showing you the CSV file in our document processor. So our scan is completed. So I will switch now to the CSV file that we have. Let us have a look at the CSV file. So yes, we have our CSV file here, that is our Red Bull results.csv. I will open this in the Microsoft Excel, and I will show you. So here is a result with the name of Red Bull result, and this is a CSV format. We are opening it into any word processor that you might like. I currently have Microsoft Excel, so I'll be using that. I'm formatting it. So this is how the information will be there. So it is very detailed. So we might get what is the timestamp here, what is the request, what is the response header, if it is, which was the scheme, is it HTTPS or HTTP, like that you can select on which port the query was put. So ATN 443, what was the path here, what is the signature of the body, response body, what was the signature of the header that were sent. Next we can have a look at CNAMEs here. So this was a part of which CNAME, what was the URL that was queried here. So you can have a look at the URL also. The URL, the CNAMEs, the URL, the input, which was the input there, and dig deeper. Yeah. So yeah, what was the title of the site? So you can have a look at title if you want. You can filter the title if you want. So these were the titles that were found. This is how actually you can go ahead. You can also see the web servers that have been enumerated. So it is a mixture of Apache, Amazon S3, Nginx, Akamai Ghost, Net Storage. So lots and lots of you can also find the big IP. So WAF is also there. So you can also see if application is protected behind a WAF. That is also possible. All right. So yeah, you have a CDNs also. So you can also see them. You can also see what was the content type, what was the method that was used, what was the specific IP of the host that was queried, what was the content length, what was the status code there, change status code, not exactly status code, but change status code. Now I don't know exactly what it is, but yes, it is also providing that information. What was the status code? So we actually queried for 200, 403 and 404. So if you are interested only in 403, we can filter the results accordingly also. So yes, so also is it having a V? It is a V host also. It is also possible to enumerate V hosts. WebSocket is there or not? That is also there. HTTP2 based request, yes or no? It is also telling us that. Is it detected? Has it detected any CDNs or not? Yes, it is also showing you that, false or true. What was the response time? What was the you can say the response time in which this host responded to with the response? What was the backend technologies back then? So in this way, you can actually get a lot of information from outputting the results in either CSV or either in JSON. Now, depending on totally on your preference on what you want from the result here, and how are you going to utilize this information in your further proceeding steps also. So yes, this was in my mind for the demonstration of the video on the video of httpx tool. I hope you have liked it. Once again, I would request you, if you have liked my work, please do like it, share it with your friends and colleagues. Please do subscribe the channel, recommend this channel to others. So this will grow, and this will certainly give me encouragement to create newer videos, newer educational videos with good content, new content. So with this note, I take your leave. We will be meeting soon with another informative video. Till then, goodbye everyone. Take care.